Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Ball to Bowl miniseries. As you guys know, the Ball to Bowl miniseries is an opportunity for Come Home to chop it up with real men about the ups and downs of the hair loss journey, as well as manhood. Today, we got another special guest with us, my dog Steph out of Atlanta. So Steph is actually a plug of one of a guest we had on last week named Lawrence. Lawrence had a really dope hair loss story, and Steph was a big part of that. So we're happy to have Steph on the show today. Steph, holla at us. Tell us something about yourself, a quick intro, bro.
Yes, what's going on? My name is Stefan. I'm originally from New York City, Bronx. I came here about 15 years ago to Atlanta, it was a crazy transition, and I'm a barber, came down here cutting hair. First, I actually did plumbing, that's crazy, but I did plumbing, and then I transferred back into cutting hair. That's what I was doing back in New York. And I created my own podcast as well named Fresh New Look, and I appreciate you having me. And this is a dope concept, and I'm just glad to be here.
I appreciate it, family. I appreciate it. So, Jay, you moved from New York to Atlanta. Obviously,
yeah.
Two different vibes, basically.
Exactly.
So tell me about what was the biggest change you noticed going from New York to the A?
Yeah, so coming to the A, it's like going to New York is like everything's fast paced, everything's in the move, everything's hustle. And then coming down here to Atlanta, everything's like, steady pace, so it was like a crazy transition, but it's crazy because I'm already like a calm, mellow guy anyway. So it was like a easier transition for me. Like, my brother and people I know that they always on alert, like they got to go somewhere. So it was like a little harder. So, for me, it's like it made it a little easier transition,
All right. And you kick game about being from the Bronx. I actually spent some time living in Harlem, 126 a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. That's the heart. That's the heart right there.
I loved it, bro. I love the city. I got mad love for the city, man. So
it's the culture.
Oh yeah, it's the epicenter of the culture too.
Exactly. Yep.
So when you think about home, obviously home to you is the Bronx. Tell me more about what you think about when I mention the word home, because obviously Come Home, everybody can think about something or relate to something when they hear the word home. What does that mean to you, G?
Come home, man. Home, see, the Bronx is the bodegas, it's the Yankee Stadium, it's Fordham Road. It's so much different things you could do in New York that, I miss, but I definitely don't miss the cold, but, but Come Home is, getting to see so much different diversity and it just is different, like in Atlanta, it's a mecca of, I love the culture of Black. It's a lot of Black successful people down here, and I love that, but it's like New York is just a melting pot of so much different culture, so much different food experience. It's like you go into different countries in every different block, and it's like you can't find that too much places other than New York. You go to one block, it's like Spanish Harlem. Go to the next block is Jamaica Queens or so. It's so much different, and I love it. But I love like both sides.
No doubt.
So that's what Come Home means to me. And crazy thing is when you say come home, my people back home, when I was in that stage of balding, they always said that word to me, just come on home, man. It's all good. Just come on home.
Hey, dog, that's funny, man. That's funny because coming up in North Carolina, that's how my friends would do me too.
Yeah.
The cool thing about like our culture is like you'll have folks in different parts of the country, but our slang is just like people know the same slang, so no matter where you at, like Chicago, New York, people will speak the same slang. So it's dope to hear that's a big thing in New York too.
Exactly. It's funny, they always look down like, oh, yep, come on home, man. We waiting.
Yo, Steph, so as a barber though, do you use that too to custom? If you see your client going through it, how does that, what do you say the
All
same?
right. See, because you know it's a little tricky situation when you're a barber and you're dealing with male clients, because you know, as a man, sometimes we always try to be strong and tough, but we easily get broken down for something simple as hair,
Yeah.
you know. So it's like a walkthrough, you know, like even the process of, as me, when I lost the hair, you know, I always tell people start gradually going lower, you know, so you can walk your way through and start seeing your scalp more closer, you
Yep.
know, because once you start seeing your scalp more closer, it gets you the comfortability and the confidence to go outside and not even have a hat on anymore, you know, and just like, look, this is me, you know, you gonna take it or what, you know, and I try to build my clients that way,
No
you
doubt.
know, and some that still chooses not to have they have their hair, I give them enhancements to make them feel a little better, and I try to go with different directions to see if they would like to take that route, you know, like, you know, there's other movements like tattoos now, you
Yep.
know, doing tattoos on your head so you can have a hairline. There's the Tory Lane,
Yeah.
you know,
But we see how
and
that goes sometimes. That'd be tricky. It look good one
exactly,
day.
exactly, and the last one, the man unit, you
Mm,
know,
yeah. And
so
that's becoming real popular now, low key.
exactly, you know, and shoot, you seeing people that have dreads with the man unit and stuff. Look, I always say, look, why if females doing, why men can't? You know, you
Mhm.
like everybody's trying to enhance something about themselves. You know, if that's what you feel to make you feel comfortable, go ahead. You
Go for it.
know, I'm not going to ever knock somebody for what they choose to do.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
Hey man, I want to take it into your hair loss journey, but before I do that, because you're from New
Mm.
York, I gotta
Yeah.
get your opinion on one thing right quick. I know you
Okay.
saw it because the whole world saw it. I know you saw the Lox and Dipset versus.
Oh, man, yes, yes.
Yo,
It's crazy. I was telling everybody that the Lox was going to win.
mhm.
You know, I had a lot of people was like, "What? Dipset? They got so much." I was like, "Yeah, but you got to remember, the Lox have so much hits from different people that became Grammys and stuff like that. When they put those out, you're gonna be like, damn, I don't even remember they did that, you know. And I'm like, you know, and they punchline. And one thing is, they know how to demand the crowd, you
Mhm.
know, and especially Jadakiss, you know, Jadakiss knows how to read the crowd, and he once he's on, he's going to go for your jugular, you know. And don't get it twisted. I love Dipset as well, but you can't, when you're doing a battle, you can't be too fly, you
Yeah,
know. And
yeah,
that's that's what they is a business move, but that's how they always was,
yep,
you know. And the Lox is, I'm to your face and I'm going to give you these bars,
yep.
you know. If you slipping, I'm going to counter that and I'm going to kill you. I'm going to eat your food. And that's what they did, you know. And I loved it because it brought, and I loved the aggression of how
Mhm.
they was moving towards each other, and just like some people thought like, oh my God, they about to fight or something like that. No, it's just, as New Yorkers, we
Yeah.
talk with our hands sometimes, you know. We can't control it sometimes, but you know, and we animate it a little bit, you know. And I loved it because it showed how really New Yorkers are, and it was still love. That it was no beef, no fighting, but it was still love and talking shit. Because I mean, it's I feel that's what battle is about. You gotta
Right.
talk shit. You gotta play the role. Like look at wrestling. You
Oh yeah,
know, wrestling, they are acting, but they talking. They, you
they
know,
sell
that's
it.
how you build the crowd and build the momentum and people getting hype. You
Yeah.
know, you can't and I commended that, and that's what I loved about that battle.
Yeah, dog.
You know?
I think that was beautiful for New York, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody out there, the crowd was crazy. You had Fat Joe in the crowd, Mello in the crowd.
Yeah,
A little bit of everybody in the crowd.
Exactly.
And one of the best verses, bro.
Exactly. And they had Madison Square Garden on top of that, blowing it down. That, you know, and they had it for longer minutes, you know, because it was supposed to be cut off at 12. You know, it was supposed to be cut off at 12 and they still had it going. And I commend that DJ too, the Lox DJ. The Lox DJ had it on Smash. He was the X factor, you know. They was like, oh, okay, you gonna play all the songs and and them actually on there talking and shit. Okay, we're gonna just do instrumentals, you know. That's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna make you rap over it, and then we're gonna switch it up. I was like, yo, they planned this shit to the T.
The T, bro.
To the T. And I commended them. I was like, you can't beat that. You can't beat that, you know?
One of the best moments of the year, dog. One of the best moments of the year.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man.
We're gonna talk a little bit more about New York close to the end of this. I want to kick game about your hair loss, but I want to also get your thoughts later about we're gonna talk Knicks and Nets too, but we'll do that in a second.
I got stories too.
So my dog, man, like you said, you're a barber out in A now, came from NY. And obviously, I don't know exactly what year you came home, but I know I can see you now clearly. You got the ball, you're racing it, you're doing your thing. But obviously, we know it wasn't always like that, family. At some point, you had hair, whether that was the 360 waves, braids, dreads, whatever you might have had. Take us back a little bit, family. Take us back to like, you know what I'm saying, when you was coming up. What was that like, bro?
I didn't always have this beard, you know. They didn't always have this beard. But when I was growing up, I always had curls, you know, because my hair was real curly, you know. So my family and my friends used to call me Rico, you know what I mean? Rico Suave and shit like that, you know. So so I used to have the curls, and then when I went to high school, I came with the Lloyd hair, you know.
Word.
My hair was me and Lloyd had the same texture here and everything. So my hair was down to right here, you know. So I could never imagine me losing hair, you know. But always seeing my father, I knew that was very close and coming, you know. My father, my father, you know, my grandfather, you know, it's just, I knew that day was going to come eventually, you know. So
question right now, Steph.
Go ahead.
You had peeped it. You peeped it from your pops and your grandpa. Did that worry you, or because the way they rocked it, you was like, if it comes, I'll be fine. What were you thinking?
I was fighting it. I'm gonna be honest. I was fighting it. I was denying it. That was all of that. I was like, that's not gonna happen. But I knew as a barber, you know, and they always say the genetics actually is not from your father, it's from your mom's side. And my grandfather from my mom's side, he was bald too. So it was no winning on that, you know. So I knew the day was going to come, but I was, like I said, I was going to fight it until that day hit. You know. And I had a long fight. I finally went bald, and I actually did it twice.
Okay.
It's two times. So the first time I actually went bald, it was because a barber cut my hair the wrong way. You know, so the thing is, my hair is, you know, not every barber knows how to cut different strands and texture, you know. So sometimes barbers think every black hair is the same, you know, or you could do the same length on everything. You can't, you know. You can't use a 2-card with mines because mines would go a lot lower. So it'd be a lot closer to my scalp.
That's crazy, bro, because me not being a barber, I would know get the 1 or 1.5, and the 1.5 kind of high for me. Like a 2 would be way too high for me. But for a 2, that's crazy.
Exactly. So a 2 for me will be real low. You know, I would have to go for like a 3.5 or something like that with the grain.
Okay.
You know, just because my hair is it comes up, but then when it gets a little higher, it just lays straight down. You know, so because of that, it was like real light all right here. You know, and like I said, it was in that thinning stage.
Okay.
So my friend came from New York to Atlanta on vacation, and everybody's getting ready to leave and stuff, and I'm out here with a low ass haircut, but it looks like I got a mean bald spot, like, you know, because my hair is like, once it's low, it spikes up, and then my side lays down.
Okay.
So it's like a different chemistry right there, you know.
So was this you going to a different barber? Because I'm assuming your regular barber wouldn't have done this. So I'm assuming you must have hit a new barber.
It was actually one of my because I was the manager of the shop, right? Okay. So it was one of the barbers I actually know, and he cut me. I think it was the first time ever cutting me, and I was trying to walk him through, but he chose to follow his steps real quick, you know, and I still got love for him. He's still my boy, you know what I mean? You know, I ain't gonna say names, but you know, yeah. So when I got home, I was looking in the mirror and I was like, I just can't go outside looking like this, you know? So I told my friend to cut it off. Man, they couldn't wait. You know, they had it on video. Oh, it's over, you know?
What year was this?
This had to have been like 4 years ago.
Okay.
It was 4 years ago, the first chop.
Yep.
That was the first chop. Then the second, because of Lawrence, right? You know, I was already on the stage of, like I said, I wasn't ready. That's why I always tell people, you got to go through that transition now, you know, because I wasn't transitionally ready. You know, I was still having hair, but I wasn't fully ready and comfortable under that skin to come out in the world and say, yo, I'm bald now. What's up?
Yeah.
This is who I am, you know? So I grew it back. And, you know, I had it for a good period of time. And then I was just like, you know what? I see it and I can't keep on fighting. So I just went real low and I went to a real light Caesar, you know? And until like last year. And then I cut Lawrence here and he went bald. I mean, because Lawrence, he was going bald for a while too, you know, and he finally seen it. And once he seen it and I chopped it off and how he was comfortable and everything, I was like, that's what's up. I'm happy. It looks good on you. Flaunt it, you know, and it made it easier to just chop it off again, you know, because like I said, I got comfortable with it real low. So I already seen my scalp and I already seen how the form of my head will be being bald, you know? So once that happened, I was like, I'm comfortable now, you know? And I just chopped it all off. And ever since then, it's been bald.
Hey, Steph, though, so I got to take a quick step back, bro. I got to take a quick step back. We know you came home, but I want to hear about, G, the very first time you peeped in the mirror, like it was thinning. Was it the crown? Was it the hairline? Where was it when you first peeped it? And what was your first reaction, my dog?
See, the craziest thing, I got one spot. It's like a one spot and it's like right here. So it'll be like a big, like right here. And everything is still like, I still have hair right here in the back. And even like in the front, like, you know, but it's still a little light. But the more of the patch is like right here. So you can't, like, I used to, because like I said, my hair is straight to when it gets to a longer length, then it start curling up. So to a certain length, I used to just slide it somewhere, you know.
So one of my boys did the same thing.
Exactly. So it will fill in, and you know, at there's times I used to use Topic, you know, but I was like, you know, I can't do it anymore. You know, I'm not going to keep on playing and trying to pretend something that is not there, you know. And That was the whole reason, because I just couldn't keep on looking at this right here, you know?
So, bro, were you getting jokes from other people, like friends seeing it and getting on you? Was anybody else noticing it, or was it kind of just a thing you were dealing with yourself?
All right. I got a partner, my co-host, his name is Judge on the podcast, Fresh New Look. He been bald since he was 15. You know,
I gotta get him up here then. I gotta get him up
don't
here.
Don't listen to me. I'm talking, but he been bald for a long time. We grew up together. He's part of the block. And he moved to Atlanta, you know, so he's one of my close friends and stuff. And he used to always, every time somebody's thinning, he's the first person to be like, come on home. You know what I mean? And he's ready. He got so much ammunition, you know. He's looking at your hairline, no matter where you at, he's gonna tell you, just come on home. We waiting, arms open, you know. So he was the first one, and he'll bring every homie that's on my block or so, like to join in, to charm in, you know, anytime he's around. So thanks, Hakeem, your ass, you know. But but him, my brother, but other than that, not really, you know. Not too much other outsiders, you know. It'd be more of the people that you really know.
Yeah, because one of the things when I was going through it, bro, my homies was giving me jokes for sure, but nobody outside of my circle was giving me jokes, really. But to me, internally, I was thinking, all these people see this, and all these people are thinking about it. When in reality, it was mostly in my head.
Exactly.
You know? And that's something that guys haven't realized. But you're a barber, so you talk to me about it, bro. You see it all the time.
Yep, and that's true. Like, it had to get me, I had to look in the mirror, and I had to get myself comfortable that, like, yo, no matter what, I'm a handsome man, you know, like you know, and it's a thing of you having hair and the waves, the brushing, or you have
do-rag back in the day,
do-rag or ponytail, with whatever style, you know, you was used to, you know, back in that time. You think that you're not going to get the same looks or the same attention, you know, and that is a lie. Like, I tell you right now, it's a lie. You know, it's about your confidence and how you come out and present yourself, you know, and nobody will ever look at your boldness. You know, they're like, oh man, he's clean. You know, I love that clean look. He just looks different, you know. And it's and honestly, I'll be saying something now, I feel like it's a different glow. You know, you get a different aura. You know what I mean? So I walk out, honestly, when you was talking to me, and I want to touch back later when you was saying hats too. That's why I didn't want to say it. I want to hold that because I don't wear hats like that.
Ooh.
I don't, you know. I flaunt it. This is what it is. You know, I want you to know that I'm happy and I'm proud to be bald, you know.
Love it. I love
you know,
it.
So if you're gonna talk to me, you're gonna know that I'm gonna rock the baldie. You know, I may wear the hat sometimes if I didn't shave it. At that time, I was just feeling a little lazy. I may rock a hat, but majority of the time I'm bald. I'm no hat, no nothing.
I love that. Whole lot of gang. I love that, dog. I love that. All right, so G, another question here. So I tell people all the time, one, that there is this misconception about like what the bald look is. Like before you get there, like us now, we people, we live in it, we know the attention we get, but there's a misconception. There's actually I do a lot of research about this, and there's research that actually says that bald men are perceived to be more dominant, more powerful, more intelligent than their peers. You know what I'm saying? And I think because of what you said, like for a guy to just pull up bald, he got to have a level of confidence and an aura about himself, right? He presents himself a certain way because he ain't got no hair, so you kind of overcompensate with swag, attitude, whatever it is. And that comes off or is perceived that way.
That is true.
Yeah, man. And the other thing I wanted to mention, bro, and I want to get your take on this is, you know, in my opinion right now, like the bald and beard, it's a whole wave right now. Like every shorties are peeping it, and
True.
it's a wave. And I always
Facts.
joke on my Instagram, and I'll be like, yo, I'm not gonna lie. Right now, all the ball homies, we up 10. We up 10 in the fourth quarter on everybody else. We up 10. So y'all gotta
I'm
catch
telling
up.
you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Look, we could switch our style up. You know, people with hair, they can't switch their style up too much. The only way they can switch their style up is put earrings on, chains, or something like that. We, you know, put shades on, you know, look sophisticated, you know. Oh man, look at him. Put a nice hat, you know, brim. Man, I like it. You know, it's just so many different styles, shades, nose ring, earrings, whatever style you could change as a baldie, you know, or just rock it straight up, you know, with a nice beard. You know, it's so many different ways that you could go about being bald, you know, and I like it, you know. Like at first I used to be like, man, I'm about to go bald. I need to get big. I need to start getting swole because, you know, I gotta compensate for this bald head. I didn't know how, if I was gonna have a peasy head, my head was gonna be small, you know, but thank God it was fit the right way. But you know, yeah. So like I said, I love being bald, man. I thought I wouldn't say it, you know, at first, but I love being bald for real.
So Steph, question, I get this all the time. Like I'll meet people, guys or girls, whatever, and they be like, yo, wait, you had hair back in the day? It's like, I can't even imagine you with hair. You look so good bald. And I'm like, that's crazy, because obviously I remember when I had hair, but the response normally is like, yo, you look great without hair. Like I can't ever see that. Do you ever get something like that?
Yeah, I had some people who didn't. I mean, some people knew I had hair, you know. Like it had to be like new clients and stuff like that, you know, or anything. But I haven't got no wows yet, you know, because like I said, it's recent too, because it's only been like for me bald almost a year. You know, yeah. So it's been a whole year, but like I said, I've been loving it. I have no look backs towards it. You know, like I said, I do show them a high school prom picture. You know, I was with the Irisons, cornrow braids. You know, with my long and, you know, I was like, yeah, that's me. Pretty Ricky, the Rico Suave, you know, back in that days. But you know, I'm happy what it is now.
No doubt.
You know, but honestly, people do say I look younger now bald. Whoa. I look younger now being bald, and it looks good on me.
Which is crazy, bro, because in my head, when I was about to go bald, I thought people would automatically think I'm older. I was like, automatically people gonna think I'm older. But the first day I went bald, dog, I was on driving to Charlotte from Raleigh. I stopped to eat somewhere, and the two girls at the cash register, I think I was like 27 at the time. They both guessed. They were looking at me, and they started laughing. I was like, yo, what up? And they're like, we're trying to guess how old you are. In my head, I'm thinking they probably think I'm like 30 or something. They're like, yo, she gets 24, I guess 26. Mind you, I was 27. So the bald head made me look younger. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Right, and that's true. And that's true. People think I'm younger still. I'm like, I'll take that. You know, every time I'm at a gas station and they ask me for my ID, here you go. I don't know. I never understand why men or people get irritated when they see and that somebody asks for their ID. You can't tell I'm old. Here. Every time you want to look at my ID and you know if you don't think I'm 21, please do. You know, that's a compliment to me, you know?
For sure, dog, for sure. So, bro, take me to the day. I know you got Lawrence, right? You peeped Lawrence, and that helped get you some confidence. Like, you know what? Lawrence did it. You was already rocking the low season, so you kind of could see your scalp, like you said. Take me to that day when you finally was like, yo, today's the day I'm coming home.
Today's the day. It was crazy. I don't even remember exactly the day, because it was just a random day, you know, because like I said, I went bald twice.
Yep.
You know, so this is the second time I was just cutting it off. But I guess what it was, oh yeah, that's what it was. I had my normal barber that used to cut my hair. So I asked him for a haircut and he never showed up. And my hair would just keep on getting longer and longer. And I was just like, I'm just cutting it one length and everything. I was just like, you know what? Instead of keep on paying for something, I might as well just cut this all off and just cut it all completely, you know, brand new slate, you know, because I've been rocking it real low. And then when he started coming back and cutting me, it was like a little bit hair up again. Okay. And I was like, you know, it's cool, but I got to keep on using to maintain it and stuff like that when I was just doing it low. And it was just like simple, boom, boom, hair, little oil, I'm good for the day and I'm good. But I was just like, I'm done. I don't need it no more. I'm just going to bald it all off. And then, ever since then, I was good, you know. But the crazy thing about, I thought being bald, you don't have to worry about constantly maintaining.
Talk to him, dog.
You know, I didn't know that you had to maintain and cut your hair every day. Every day.
Struggle, bro.
It's a struggle. I was like, man, that out of being bald, that's the only struggle that I go through every day that I hate the process of.
Hey, Steph, you know what's funny, G? Is coming up when I used to go to the barbershop and say you about to cut me, but it's a bald dude in the chair that you might be doing. I'll be sitting like, oh, what you doing in the chair, man? You bald.
He already bald. Why he even here? You know, I understand the struggle now. I totally understand. You want to get it close as possible because you do not want to see it tomorrow when you wake up. You don't want to be like this. Oh my gosh, yo. People don't understand. It feels like Velcro, you know, bro. Or putting the hat on. It's just like, you know, like, boy, I never realized that until being bald.
Oh man, dog, that's one of the realest things ever. Same here, bro. Like shaving my joint and then so that's really why I wear hats. Cause bro, I have not figured out how to shave every day. Like I'll shave 3 days in, I gotta wear a hat. Cause I'm like, yo, I only shave like once a week because it's too annoying to me. I'm like, yo, this is too much work. And like people don't understand it. And I'm glad we're kicking game about that right now. But like maintaining this here, it's harder than it was when I had waves back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like,
and I'm glad you have me here as a guest because I could show you and I could tell you. I'm about to walk downstairs just to bring a tool up here so people could see what is a thing that they could use every day that actually could get it real close, you know. And I'll show you right now. I'll be right back.
Go grab it.
Yeah.
This is dope having Step up here today, man. He's a barber, so really giving this game from a barber standpoint. This is our first time having a real barber up here, so you're really kicking all the game we need. Perfect.
Yes. So this is a Panasonic electric shaver. You know, you could go to Best Buy, get this. It's a real, like I said, I always tell my clients, if you're going to do something, do it right, so you don't have to constantly pay for something else. It's going to cost you a little bit, like $300, but it's worth it. You know, it got the electric, it got the system that it already cleans it. So you could just put it in and it cleans it. So you don't have to keep on taking it out, washing it, doing everything. So it cleans itself.
Okay.
You know, it got the solution and everything, you know, but this right here, this and a T outliner.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're here, you know, there's times that you might get tired of doing it every day and you might miss a couple days. That happens.
Yep.
You know, get your T outliner, take it up to real close, and then come back with this. And I guarantee you're going to be real clean. That barber you don't have to do. Exactly. Barber approved, you know? And this is what I do. You know, I don't use no razor. I use this. You know,
Same here, bro.
and and once you constantly using it, it's going to eventually, like, some bumps and stuff is going to start wearing away, you know, because that's how the beginning stage is, because your scalp is actually getting used to that closeness, you know, and the blade, like electric shaver, being that close to your skin, you know, so your skin is actually trying to process and get that comfortability, you know. I'm just trying to say the way that everybody can understand, you know. So once it is constantly you going over with the blade and everything like that, it's going to start understanding, and then you won't get no bumps. You'll be all right.
So that's
go ahead. No, go ahead. I didn't hear you.
That's a dope insight though that you share right there. Again, from a barber's perspective, y'all watching right now, like, because I had a battle of razor bumps, and that was like 7-8 months, and I was trying everything. And that's also partially because I switched my shaving routine though.
Exactly. Right? Yeah, you gotta watch your shaving routines too, and the strokes on how you stroke it, the blade too, because not every going against and with is right. You know, so you have to follow your pattern of your hair, you know, and that's a strong thing too. A lot of people don't know their patterns, and by not knowing your patterns, your hair is going to start curling in to your skin, you know, and that's how you get the hair bumps, because you're not going through the right pattern.
Is there a way for guys to learn their pattern?
I always tell barbers, or every client, know where to start the swirl.
Okay, yeah.
You know, once you see where the swirl starts, follow that, because it always like a circular, it's like a wave pattern. It just goes. So like if it's right here, you got to start from like going this way, you know, and around, you know, you just have to follow the wave pattern of your hair, you know. And for all Black men, I always say, don't use electric razor by the neck or a razor by the neck. Use your clippers by the neck and get a little bit close with the electric shaver, but not fully like right here, you know?
Yeah.
You want to keep it around a little bit by your occipital bone. Okay. You know, and you'll be good, because anything lower than the and this is the occipital bone right here. You know, anything lower right here, you're going to get bumps. So you want to use your clippers for that part. Free game, folks. Yeah, I'm here to help out.
My man,
I'm here to help out.
So, G, you had finally came home. You're digging it. It's been about a year now. When you first, because I know this is the second time you went bald, but this is the first time you was like, yo, I'm sticking with this. When you hit the streets for the first time, like, yo, this is my new look. What was the initial reactions you were getting? Or was this during quarantine? Because I don't know, was this during?
It's crazy. It was around, you know, Atlanta, they ain't have no quarantine. Atlanta, we had it for like 2 months. You know,
so you popped out. What was people like?
Yeah, honestly, I stepped out, and the thing is, it's not about you bald. It's about your confidence. You know, it's about your confidence and you owning it.
Yep.
You know, and the first one, I'm going to tell you the first time, and then the second time. Okay. Yeah. The first time I didn't own it. Okay. So I had hats on and I was just like not confident at all. You know, my confidence was like here. When it was bald, it was like here. You know, every look I had, I was thinking that she was looking at the bald head and I was ugly or so, you know? And I remember going to, and we have it on the podcast. The first episode, I have a episode with my brother. He's a chef in Atlanta, you know, and we was talking about the first time I cut my hair. Like I said, we was going out. My friend came from New York, came to Atlanta to party with us and, you know, just to hang. So we went to this place named Rose Bar, right? And I had a little scully on and, you know, I was feeling myself a little bit because, you know, I had something to cover the bald head at that time, you know? So when I went to the line and she was like, I'm sorry, you got to take that off. Woo! Like when I tell you like my brother said, my confidence was up here. When she told me to take that off, it was down in here, you know? So I wasn't hollering. I didn't I ain't get no numbers. Yeah. You know? The second time, I owned it because like I said, I had it low for a long period of time, you know? And once I cut it off, I was just like, this is me, you know? You gonna like me or you not, you know? And for that, everybody, I didn't see no change. Yeah. I actually got more compliments than anything, you know? And it's like, yo, this fits you. Yeah. You know, like normally I would say, damn, like, you know, I don't know, but bald head fits you, you know? And like I said, I never, ever since then, it's just bald head to this day. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it, dog. Mm-hmm. That's dope, man. You got a super dope story about how you came home going from the Rico Suave look. Exactly. I mean, waves. I'm telling you, waves. I had waves with a ponytail. You know what I mean? Like my hair was wavy. Lloyd for real. Yes, my hair, like I put my hair in a ponytail, my shit in the back is curly, and the rest of my hair is just wavy as hell, you know, till bald. So like I said, I went through a crazy transition of people seeing how nice my hair is and everything like that. And like, oh, can I touch it? Can I braid it till bald? You know? So exactly. It was a crazy transition. So like I said, I understand different ways of, you know, how men went through things. Yeah. Those transitions, you know? So, like, if Steph is saying anything right now, y'all heard what kind of hair he had and look at him now. So, but all that means is it can happen to anybody, no matter what kind of hair you got. Exactly. Exactly. You know, I have cousins that be like, look, I used to be like, damn, why he got the good hair? Now I'm okay. I'm happy. I still got my hair. He don't, you know? That's comedy, bro. That's comedy. You know? But it's all love. I still love it. Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, Steph, man, we're gonna go into our lightning questions now, man. I got 5 questions for you, bro. And I want you to think it through and just give me the first thing that comes to the top of your mind when I ask these questions, Brody. All right. We talked about it a little bit earlier, hats. And I know you also said you don't wear hats too much. You might throw it on here and there. But yeah, if you can name like your go-to hat, like, you know what I'm saying? You say you're stepping out on the A, you going crazy, you trying to drip, and you want to throw on a hat that night. What hat would you pick, bro? It depends on where we going. Like if we going just to a hip hop spot, you know, I'm wearing a New Era hat, you know. Okay. Gotta rock my Yankee hat, you know. Yeah. You know, I just love that navy blue, you know. But I actually still don't got. Like I said, I'm still in the transition of finding hats and what fits me right too. So I'm like I said, I'm still a baby to this game of being bald. So I still, you know, as you bald, I know you have so many different hats and different ways too. I would love your input on style, you know, because I'm like I said, I'm still in the baby step. So I'm still learning new style because it's crazy. Like being bald, it's a whole different style now. You know, like people don't understand that, you know, rocking hair, yeah, you just got hair and, you know, you can wear certain hats, but you don't got so many different styles you could do. You know, being bald is like a different style now, you know, like you could just take the hat off, you bald. Mm-hmm. Put a hat on, you look different, you know? And it is so many different ways. Put a hat on with the shades. So it's like, or classy look, you know, like it's so many different ways. So it's like a whole new beginning, and it's like a new birth that
Yeah.
I'm like ready to explore.
Yeah,
You
G.
know?
So like for me, like you mentioned earlier, Scully's. Like if it's winter, my Scully game is crazy.
Yeah, Scully's and fitted caps. That's it for
That's
right
it.
now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bet. And
Yeah.
I don't really got too many fedoras yet, or the hats with the brims like that.
Yes, exactly. Fedoras,
I,
yeah.
I gotta like I be peeping them, and I see homies kill them. Like those are dope. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah, so I gotta find the right one, like you said, though. You gotta have the right one for your style. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's the way I'm at right now. I'll be seeing them and I'm like, yo, like I actually was at a cigar lounge for my homeboy 42nd birthday, you know, and he had a friend came through and he had a fedora on, and he had the little feather on the side
Yeah.
too. Fly,
Cold. Yeah.
killing it. I was like, yo, see, I gotta find my fedora for me, you know, that one color that's like, yes, that's, you know, when I step out, yeah, that's fresh. That stuff on. You know what I mean? That's just my look. You know, you just know that look.
Yeah.
You know, so that's I'm just taking my time. You know, that's a slow process. You can't rush that. You gotta take your time on that. So when you get that baby, that's it.
That's
you know?
it. Already.
Yep.
All right, G. So next question, Brody. You showed me one of your favorite grooming products just then. But I had to ask you, like, you know, all the products that you may use, whether it's cologne, beard products, scalp care, whatever, what would you say is like your favorite grooming product? Well, not even favorite, like, you can't live without, you know what I'm saying?
Being a barber, I have so many things. It's like, that's the hardest one to go off of, you know, like it's so many, because like I find so many new products, you know, and that's the thing. I'm still looking for the right product for my beard. You know, there's a lot of, there was this one girl that made this real rich almond oil product that was like real rich and it smelled good, but I don't know, I can't find her right now, you know. Once I find that, I'll definitely give you info on that one, because that was a real good product. I was spending good money on that one. But to this day, I haven't found a product yet that's hits me, you know, because like I said, I like to explore it, you know, and especially being in the barber game, there's so many different beard products and stuff like that, you know. So I'm still trying to figure which one is good for my skin and my beard, you know? Yeah. You know, oh, and one thing too, for men, because as Black men too, we don't realize that being bald, you know, and the sun dries our skin too, you know, and sometimes a lot of us end up getting eczema, you know, and I tell a lot of clients of mine, it's good to moisturize your scalp and keep it a little moist, you know. Absolutely. So and like there's another thing that you could get, it's called cortisone, you know. Cortisone, they got moisturizer for eczema, you know. I always tell my clients that, you know, you can put that on your scalp just so it can keep that moisture, and then they got some sunscreen for your bald, so it can keep that little shine. So you can go out for the day, and you know, if you somebody like me don't wear hats too much anymore, you could rock that and without the sun drying your skin.
No, for sure. Okay, that's another gym right there. Make sure y'all stay sunscreened up out here for sure.
Exactly. It's very important, man, because your skin breaks out, and as men, we don't tend to take care of stuff like that, you know. And we overlook things like that, and then you realize when you get to a certain age why you look older than you're supposed to, you know.
Yeah, bro, and actually me shaving my head and coming home actually made me understand more what I need to do to take care of my skin, because I'm having to shave so often.
Exactly.
Exfoliating the scalp, all that.
Exactly.
So a part of that also allowed me to get more into my self-care regimen, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I always tell men, you got to treat yourself, not cheat yourself. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the woman is going to be the one and the X factor of the closing game, you know, because at the end of the day, we still trying to get that significant other, you know, and we still trying to make sure that person is still looking at us like, okay, this is who I fell in love with or stuff, you know, you know, women take care of their skin and they body because they want us to be seeing that and like, yeah, she looks good, she looks young and stuff like that. Why don't we?
Come on now. Come on.
It's just simple, you know. We got to take care of our skin, especially Black men. You know, we got to show the other youth that hygiene is very important.
Facts.
You know, and your appearance is something to really look forward to. You know, and not sagging and stuff like that. You know.
Yep. Talk that talk, bro. Talk that talk.
I'm just saying, you know.
Next question, my dog. Next question is, right now when you think about it, my dog, like there's tons of bald men killing it in every space. Whether we talking about sports, you got Jordan, you had Kobe, rest in peace. You got LeBron who needs to come home too. You got KD who needs to come home too. You know what I'm saying? In business, you got Jeff Bezos, richest dude in the world. You got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, biggest actor in Hollywood, bald. So really, like, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of bald men really killing it. For a minute, you think back, you had Tupac before he passed, was young, rocking that with the bandana, nose ring, killing it. So there's been a lot of dudes that really came through and like set the tone for being a bald man. If I had to ask you, G, if you had to think about the Mount Rushmore, most iconic bald men, what four would you be like, all right, now they set the tone for being bald?
See, you took all the people that I was already going to say. Yeah, I ain't even got a chance to even say nothing now. I'm like, you know, all the black brothers that made it confident, you know. It was like, you know, of course MJ, you know, MJ made a dark-skinned brother bald a look, you know, before dark-skinned brothers was even a look at a time, you know. Jordan put the dark-skinned brothers on the map, you know, and then it became not Denzel, but Wesley Snipes and stuff, you know, the Dark Brothers, you know, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, you know. You cannot say his name, you know, like his hairline, he should have been cut it off a long time ago with that hairline. but you know, another black strong man, bald, you know, Kobe.
Yes, sir.
You know, man with the fro to the light Caesar showed you the transition, like I've been telling people. Yes, you know, he showed you the transition of being an 18th brother with a fro, banging on people, playing defense against Jordan in the All-Star game, to rocking the light Caesar, you know, until bald, you know. Like he showed you the transition. That is, yo, you could be confident in every transition, you know. And Kobe was one of the key. I actually think he was the more of a pioneer than any one of them, any other, you know, than Jordan and all. You know, Jordan, you start seeing he had a Caesar, and then you saw the little light spot right here, and then he just chopped it off. But Kobe had the fro, he had the light Caesar, then to the light Caesar, then bald, you know, and with the beard, you know. So he's showing you different styles. Yeah. You know, Jordan just had mustache bald, you know.
That's a word.
Maybe a goatee, you know. Kobe showed you different styles you could do. Yeah. And I could say Kobe's actually number one for me now. Thinking of that part. Thinking of that part, you know. I said 3, right? That was 3, right? I gave you, right? And the 4th one, Dave Chappelle.
Woo! Yes, sir.
You know, like, listen, why I say Dave Chappelle is because you ain't looking at him as a sex appeal or anything like that. You just like, yo, he's funny as hell and stuff, but he made bald head cool too. Right. You know, that, you know, you didn't look at him because he was bald. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you were just looking at it because it's Dave Chappelle and he's funny as hell. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But he still rocked the style, and it
Yeah.
was cool. You know,
That's a word,
so
bro.
there's so many different genres. You know, I'm talking. I'll go to sports, action. You know, movies to wrestling into the comedy. You know, it's
Across the board, we killing it, bro.
exactly. You know, and it's beautiful black men. You know what I mean? Showing that yo, bald head is popping. You know.
So if you're going through it right now, he just naming so many people that's already kind of paving the way, man. So y'all make sure y'all tuning in right now. Yo, next question, bro. You really kick game today to really give people your story, but also the perspective from a barber. But if you knew right now, man, you knew there's some homies watching this right now, we're still struggling, had the bald spot, had their hairline leaking back, but you know they could use some words of advice. What would you tell them right now, bro?
I tell you right now, don't be scared. You know, it's always a scary moment, you know, that you think that you ain't gonna get the certain looks you ain't gonna get anymore. You're not gonna get, you're gonna get people to just really jones you more and more. You know, honestly, what I say is, if you start getting that when you cut your hair off, that shows the people that around you is not really supposed to be around you. You know, that shows the people that's just there to downgrade you and make you less of a person. You know, you're not supposed to be around people that's trying to do stuff like that. You know, like I say, go through the transitions. You know, go light. You know, work yourself low. You know, build that confidence. So when you do hit the stage and in the world that you confident in yourself, that nobody can really tell you that. So when you do start hearing names or such and such, you just know how to handle that situation. You know, you put them in a category. You know, that's how I take it. You know, love yourself. That's the number one thing. You got to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, nobody else is going to love you. You know, and for you going bald, you're going to be in the world, and everybody's going to look like, okay, you know, and you're going to be thinking that is because you bald, but honestly, it's not. It's because of your personality, you know? So what I always say is, man, love yourself, look in the mirror, and be comfortable with that person that you're looking at.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dog, last question here, bro. Last question. As I mentioned to you earlier, the brand is called Come Home. You know, we talk about it almost like a slang, like a joke. Yo, you lose your head, go ahead, come on home. But also the way we spell it in French. And that translates to mean like a man or as a man in English, because the whole mantra of our brand is to help men embrace their natural evolution. So, bro, we're in 2021 now, and the idea and concept of what it means to be a man has changed over time, where in the past, it was all about dominating, being super powerful, being tough, being rough. But today we kind of thinking, all right, man, take care of their skin more, being more, having more emotions, being able to understand their emotions a little bit more. So if I had to ask you today, bro, what does it mean to you to be a man in 2021, bro?
And I'm glad you asked that, because when I was even thinking of it, it's so many different ways you go off of it, you know? I'm 35, and every day I'm still learning to be a man. You know, you can never say you're a man, because you every day you learning. You know, there's hard times, there's good times, there's every times. But all I could say is, as being a man is more of about, you know who you are, you respecting people, you respecting everybody that's around you. You actually uplifting the youth. You know, you uplifting the youth, you showing people that you are doing this not for you, it's for your last name. You know what I mean? And that's how I try to live my life, you know. And I don't have kids yet, but I'm doing what I could do right now. So when I do have kids, I could give all that knowledge and wisdom to them so they could pass it on, you know. And I take that more as a pride, and that's a man to me than anything else, you know. So as a man, I feel like we have to start uplifting one another, and every man have struggles, every man go through things. Don't be scared and don't be shy to say, yo, I'm hurt, I'm messed up right now, you know? This is 2021. There's a lot of crazy things going out, you know? And that's why as I love being a barber, because I feel like I'm a counselor as well. You know, as a Black brother, we don't have, sometimes a lot of men don't have money that we could afford a counselor, you know? So I take it as, you know, I'm the counselor, you know, that, because honestly, as a Black brother, we don't even, we have close friends, we don't say certain things to.
Yes, sir.
About, we tell the barber that, you know, and as a barber, you gotta learn how to control that and cherish that, you know, so you could water it and, you know, let that person grow, you know, and you see the growth of a person, you know, and I'm always glad that I get to see growth of my clients, you know, from struggle to poverty to being a grown-ass man, taking care, having multiple stuff, you know, and I cherish those moments all the time, you know. So I always tell men to always don't be scared to talk, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people else going through it. So that's why even while they talking, it opens and makes me learn that certain things, you know, and just know that you going through it, don't think that nobody else is going through that.
Fact.
You know what I mean? And once you talk, you start really seeing different things and different perspectives. You know, don't be shy, man. It's like when you hold things back, when you hold a lot of things in as a man, we end up making it worse. You know, we end up making it worse, and then we could have actually avoided the situation. You know, so I always tell men, you know, learn how to walk through life by learning things, you know, like, you know, because every day is a lesson.
Rent is due every day. Rent is due
every day. I always tell people this, and it is a crazy, I mean, it's a line that everybody uses. Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. So why are you still rushing your progress? You know,
talk that talk, man. That's a dope ass answer, man. Especially when you talk about the idea of a man being selfless, be very giving of yourself, especially when you think about your last name too. Like you're doing all of this, not really for yourself, because you know, at our age, I'm 31, 35. You know, we got a finite time left. You know what I'm saying? But we
exactly.
Hope to bring some young ones into the world that's going to carry that torch. So everything we're building at this point is for them. So it is a very selfless act to be a man. Yeah. I want to get into something else before we get out of here, bro, because you just kicked a lot of game about that communication with Black men. And I know you got a podcast of your own, Fresh New Looks. Yeah. So please kick game. Tell us what that's about and tell people how they can find that, bro.
Yeah, Fresh New Look is another podcast that you know, everybody's got a podcast, you know, and I love it, you know, because everybody's talking, you know, everybody's listening to things, you know, finding new things and learning new stuff, you know, like I'm learning a lot, you know, and that's one thing I love about the podcast, you know, and for me, there was a concept of the shop. From LeBron James, you know, it was a concept, and I was like, man, that was a dope ass concept. But the only difference is, I was like, you know, I see the barbers cutting, but they don't talk, you know, and I was like, I love the concept. I would never knock the shop because I still love it because it's still bringing barbers in and getting the barbers to even be on TV to see them cutting people, you know, but when you normally go to a shop, who starts the conversation? The barber, you know? So I was just like, you know what? Well, I want to bring that back to life of me cutting hair and having a co-host, a director, cameras and a guest, you know, being able to sit in a chair and get a haircut and me interview him and ask him or she what they got going on in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know, and as a Black person too, because, you know, like I said, I want to uplift our youth as well, you know, so I want to give more knowledge and more things that to show Black people that we doing so much other stuff than just rap and modeling and sports. You know, there's Black agents, you know, there's Black chefs, there's Black comedians, you know, there's Black mixologists, you know, there is so many, you know, and so and oh, especially there's Black suit makers, you know, that make tuxedos and you know, from Italian suits and all, you know, and I just want to bring the light to that. So
how can they find it, bro? If they want to find it online.
Oh yeah, how you can find it? You can find it on YouTube as Fresh New Look Podcast. You know, we got 2 seasons out right now. You can watch the first season. It got 7 episodes. The second season got 7 episodes as well. It's not finished, but we just on a little cut at the moment. But you know, we have 2 seasons so far out.
No doubt, no doubt. And bro, if there's anybody that's watching this right now that really loved your story and want to get in contact with you, how can they find you personally on social media?
Yes, I appreciate that. Yeah, you can find me on IG as cuts_by_fresh. So it's CUTS_BY_fresh. You know, I know a lot of people like, oh, is it the Z at the end? You know, nah, it's the S on cuts and it's CUTS, you know, not the K, you know.
Already.
Yes, sir.
Steph, this has been a dope episode, man. Get your entire story, getting the barber's perspective, learning everything about fresh new cuts, and especially about your thoughts on being a man, dog. I appreciate you for joining us today. Everybody that's watching, hope y'all had a dope time. Y'all know how to get in contact with my boy Steph if y'all need to. Steph, I need to holler at you because I need to get some pics. I need to find some pics. So when I'm gonna hit you offline to make sure we get all that stuff, Brody.
Oh yeah, definitely. I got some picture I'm going to show you. You're going to be like, oh yeah, that's the way he's talking about. Yep, I already know. Man, I appreciate you having me. This is a dope concept, man. And I'm just glad you have me as one of the interviews, you know, and I hope that people learn things as well, you know, as I learn as well.
My man. Y'all, until the next episode, do me one solid. Y'all stay bold and y'all stay bald. We'll talk to y'all soon. 100.
Peace.